This is a message for someone who's been feeling lately stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's the saying, right? So if this message is for you, you feel like you're stuck in a place in your life where every possible outcome or option feels like extremely like a lot of work for you. Okay, so every single option you can contemplate for your life right now feels like it's going to be just, I'm getting exhausting. Okay, like you get exhausted just thinking about how hard it's going to be whichever choice you make, because you also, if this message is for you, you also feel like you're in some kind of crossroads. So you feel like you have to make a very important choice, and it's going to have some kind of long reaching effect. You feel like there's a lot of responsibility implied with this choice that you are facing, and you want to make the right one, but it feels to you like every option would be hard. Okay, like you keep trying to figure out a softer, easier, more downstream option to take things in, a downstream direction to take things in, where things won't feel so hard, and yet you just can't come up with it. It's something about you have driven yourself to this difficult point in the road where you only have difficult choices at the moment. Okay, and if this message is for you, you also are in a state of doubt and confusion, so it's not clear to you which way is going to be best either. Okay, you just know that every single option you have been able to come up with for yourself right now in your current conundrum, or however you say that, I think I said it right, every option you can see, it's just daunting to you is what I'm getting. I'm getting a feeling of daunting, of, well, I guess I'll do this. And you keep wrecking your brain to see if you can come up with an option that doesn't feel that way, that doesn't feel daunting or like it's gonna be a struggle somehow. Okay, and what's happening here, I'm getting, if all of this resonated, is you're in this certain spot, yes, because you have made a series of choices that have gotten you in this tough situation, this tough spot with only tough options, but you're in that situation, so you learn to change your way of looking at things, okay, and at hard things specifically. Okay, so first of all, I'm getting like a message with three parts. First part of the message is, if you are confused and you have no clarity as to which is the best path, that's because you have to wait. Okay, so that's the sign to wait on making this choice. You need more information, and more than information, you need to get more in touch with yourself, because this is a matter of alignment, is what I'm getting. Okay, you are not aligning with good feeling options to you because you are not thinking from your own vantage points. Okay, so what I'm getting here is you're not looking at life from an angle of your own interest or of your own values, something like that. Okay, you're not thinking about the way you look at things, you're thinking about the way other people look at things. So the options you're perceiving are the options that you think are available to you based on other people's perception of your situation. There's basically no personal imagination taking place in this decision process, is what I'm getting. Okay, so the reason the universe is making you feel so confused is so you take a step back in an effort to find clarity, and hopefully the universe is hoping that when you do that, you kind of find yourself, you get in touch with your feelings, you get in touch with what you actually feel, and want. And then you are going to start to see different options for yourself. Once you start looking at your situation from a more uniquely you point of view, then uniquely you type solutions will start to arise in your mind. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Now, so that's part one of the message was, if you're confused, it's because you have to wait. Part two is you have to wait so you get in touch with yourself and you know what you really want in this, and start looking at your situation through your own lens so you can find solutions that are good for you. Okay, and third part of this message is you need to turn down the volume of the voices of these outside lens you're applying to your life. Okay, so there must be some source of influence in your life that's making you look at life from this outside point of view instead of this inside point of view. I hope this is making sense and I'm doing a good job explaining. It's kind of a complicated message, but what I'm getting is that if this message is for you, there's several influences, say, and I'm getting these examples, but it could be different things. Say it's like a show you're always watching, or maybe your source of news, or maybe your friend group and the way they look at things, maybe your family and the way they look at things, maybe your significant other's family and the way they look at things. These are the kind of trains of thought that you're jumping on to make calls on your options in your life when you have a train of your own. You just haven't tapped into it in a while is what I'm getting. If this message is for you, you are a little disconnected from your true inner voice. Once you tap into that, you're a person with strong thoughts and feelings and values of your own, and you have instinctively shut that down, if this message is for you, in order to be fit in better and be a better match and fit to your environment, whether it's groups of people or like an ideology. Whatever you're in, it's not really working for you. So you're trying to make your life fit in this preconceived boxes sort of thing, and you can come up with these boxes. The thing is, if this message is for you, you have that in you to come up with your own box, and you have a very strong inner voice that you need to tap into again. So this is why you're confused. So you do all this. God's trying to guide you into a period of withdrawing and self-reflection, and like trying to find your inner voice and sort of turn down the volume of those outside voices and influences that have sort of led you astray in your assessment of your life, your options for your future, and your perception of self. Okay, so if that resonated, I hope that was helpful. Kind of a complex message, but I hope I did a good enough job at communicating. Have a good one.